Capture a city, capture a couple of hills outside the city. We more or less are at a single gigantic blob here this time. Trying to keep the angle of attack in somewhat manageable form. If we can take down this hill and the defense is there, there's probably only enemy fire coming from the north after that. The weird thing about this, or the peculiarity of these missions, is that there's very little time. So otherwise, they should be fairly straightforward. Time is the only question mark. I need a decoy. We need to buy Humvees, but I suppose Apache might be a better choice. Either way. I'm not specifically trying to necessarily get them to fire at me. I just want to see if there's someone firing at me at all. Seems like infantry. 2 Sager teams. One guy died here. I think they have group 2. Basically another missile attack like that and we might end up dying. At least we know where they are. Well, it's not like we didn't know before. More Sager teams. That's a anti-tank missile team. Vehicle of that sort. Okay. Fairly meaningless loss overall. Oh, it came from here, right. Wondering where the hell the fire shot came from. There are also anti-air missile teams here. Somewhere. Shit. Either way, we're not going to be able to fire on that guy anymore. 72 excess. But it's coming from here. Not just there though. A lot of different places. Alright, all the hills seem to have anti-air action going on. I need a ground unit to fire upon the target. Say that's 2 teams out of the way. The entire missile vehicles destroyed. Can probably destroy the anti-tank missile vehicle too. Right, but still, I need someone to go take a look here what the hell is going on. See more targets. Just infantry. And only a handful of anti-tank units. Color me skeptical. Still, it's not like it's impossible. Just incredibly unlikely. This might not be a horrible choice for them. These usually require you to go fairly close if we use aircraft. But they might be tougher targets to take down than the vehicle-based anti-air solutions. Well, I'm not exactly displeased with how things have been going here. A little bit of trouble, but just a little bit. I don't think we can mostly do all that much. Try as we might, we simply can't get into positions where we could contribute anything useful to the fight. And we've suppressed them enough that we don't really have to worry too much about them. This is only one under threat. And not under too much threat to begin with. Well, I could fire at a target, not sure if it's worthwhile. I'm sort of curious to see, can we even shoot this one? No. So it's not anti-tank weaponry cannot be used against it. In theory, we could go on the top here. I don't think there's gonna be that much fighting there. It is a good spot. On the other hand, if we get here, then we can fire on every notable location on the map. Still, I think we need to spread the helicopters about quite a bit. And we don't have a huge luxury with time, that's something to keep in mind. Might as well fire. We're unlikely to get a hit, but the extra suppression can still help. And if we get lucky, we could kill it. Targets. And these don't have high explosive cannon shells anymore. So I can't do this type of long range suppression with these. This might be a fairly good place to be. Maybe try to crawl in a little bit closer. Right, I need to basically be able to take a look at these hills a little bit. See how bad the tank concentrations they are. I also need to start someone shooting at the AA guns. Hopefully you can deal with some company. Oh, they might in theory be able to fire from here to there. Hmm. Definitely not bring any helicopters. Ooh. We are spotted by something. Just land. We're right at the edge of the map, so any kind of even stray shot could just spook these guys away. Right, so the rest are land. Ammo trucks. Trucks we're likely never going to use, but better to have them than not have them. And Humvees. Right, you. Forgot about you. Go there, stay in cover. Everything goes as planned. Enemy is pinned and already 3 squads again. Guns ready for action. So yeah, this is not good. I'd like to bring the paladins forward and suppress fire these things away, but I don't. I think if I go there now, they're definitely just gonna destroy us. So, anyone want to fire some smoke here? Suppression fire. Pinned is not good enough. Oh well, it might be. Sector team destroyed. That is certainly good enough. Treating and what about the other guy? Ready. Fair enough. Retreating, retreating. To see if I can. Is it okay to go there and fire at the AA guns? I'm hoping since the enemy hasn't really revealed himself yet, he'll be reluctant to react to this sort of act. It could be that he doesn't actually see me, but who the hell knows. Retreating, retreating, retreating. like a little bit of extra smoke there, if you please. Let me think. What exactly do we need to do? We want to suppress the other AA gun too, so we have a easier time of it with the helicopters. We don't have the range to fire at that. Not with these guys. You need a Bradley. I don't like... the smoke doesn't cover all that well here, so it's a bit risky. Have to be careful where we stick our units. Suppression is good enough, we don't need damage. Got the damage too. So there is no capable unit that we can see that is ready to act on our presence here. So let's see what we can flush out. No, it has to be one of these. They have the necessary mobility. How in the hell can you shoot this at a reaction fire when you have no high explosive ammunition? Reaction fire rules. No one understands them. High explosive anti-tank round shot at the artillery piece. I don't get it, but that's apparently how it works. Well, it's silenced now. So that's another gun that's worthless. Now for the more important part. What do we have here? T-62s. 8 targets, quite a lot of targets. Indeed it is. They don't have great morale this time. Well, kills and they're already running scared. Still. Let's take a closer look. We need about 10, 20, 30 plus something points to get back into cover. Yeah, these guys probably aren't gonna attack too much. Too many casualties. Oh, for God's sakes. Does the other Abrams have smoke? Yes. You fire smoke there. Right, this allows the Bradleys to come up there. Also, take out the BMP. No such luck. Don't particularly matter, but the BMP is capable of acting, so I would be hesitant to go too near it with the helicopter. Also, I'm saving my shots because it's all about allowing the helicopter to move around and take a look, not about destroying the targets now. That's not important. They're retreating or routed. Seeing Sager teams, a lot of anti-tank missile teams. Infantry shooting. Okay. Okay, I can deal with this. I don't think I can kill the last one. Right, that's something a helicopter has to take care of. No clickety clickety clicks this time. We're causing so many vehicle casualties though that it's probably gonna be hard for them to really get anything done now. At least for a turn. Hmm. Right, anything else? It is ready for action though. Buttoned. We need to go now, otherwise we won't be able to escape. BMPs inside the city, that's not that important. But important to see what we could determine from the what type of enemies and units they would have here. Fail. Land. Right, I don't think there's an immediate worry that we have about anything really. Everything's under control, more or less. We can harass their AA guns, which we probably should do, considering how important the unharassed functioning of the helicopters is to our success. That's pretty much, I would say, the main reason why we're doing fairly well in these. You don't really have to go blindly to the situations anymore, that gives you a huge advantage. Okay, routed. Huh. Sure what I should do. I will get them a couple of missile launchers to hold position here. We'll move forward with the more tank and APC type unit. Alright. See anything useful? BMP. Huh. I'd even have to use some missiles to it. We probably should consider repositioning a little bit. Having a view of this area in general would be great. Would be a little bit closer to. Okay, no. Let's take care of. I was hoping I could take care of the AA gun. We could start moving the UAs closer, but I don't think so. I think we want to at least fight for maybe around 4 or 5 turns before starting with these. They can easily move at that point to start capturing flags. And ammo trucks. I think I'll keep them behind this hill. Someone needs to refill, they can come to us. I am thinking of moving some of the Humvees beyond that curtain of smoke. I could be easily missing some units that will cause me trouble if I go there. Also, having a ground unit here would basically guarantee that if their anti-tank units have already been built there. Nothing all that interesting we can fire upon. I'm thinking I'll just harass these, basically try to get rid of them. Routed is nice, but destroyed is good. Also, I really can't see anything here. I'm assuming if there is something there, we're gonna know about it right about now. There is not. Right. They abandoned their AA gun. They abandoned their anti-tank missile launcher. I suppose it's self-propelled anti-tank guided missile platform. Right. Right. I think we're going to aim for the hill. And that Sagar team will never fire in its life again. There are probably others though. They're not too eager to fire on us for whatever reason. I'm thinking I'll create a small screen of smoke there, but nothing substantial. Missile launchers were supposed to stay here, everyone else was supposed to move. Problem is, I'm not sure where exactly we would want to move. The smoke cover isn't exactly great here at the moment, so we could still be extremely vulnerable to who knows what. I think I'll move a little bit forward with the helicopters in general. Hopefully that will make the difference. Abram says, definitely need to move forward. And ammo trucks will stay here. Humvees, yeah, sure. Humvees in the open would also lure them to fire at them as preferred targets. Right, what do we want to achieve? I want to take a closer look what's going on at that particular hill. We can also take out the AA gun while we're there. There's our tanks. A62s. So yeah, this isn't good. Still, it's not like we weren't prepared for this. But we're definitely open to any shots fired from this location. That's probably enough suppression that even if I can't destroy the, well, what's still left there, they are unable to do much damage to me. So either way, job is done there. Want the AA crew to basically be permanently gone. This is more or less like a safe space for me now. This is not the mortars. Go a little bit closer and take a look. Okay, I'm in a bad spot. Need to get to cover. Right, still not too bad. Achieved quite a bit. Don't really have to destroy anything at these sites now. Someone has to either kill the crew there or do something. It's an intolerable situation. Also, where the hell is my unit? You could try to get rid of the mortars. It's sort of a waste of ammo. I mean, we can probably do it in a myriad of other ways, easier ways. This is definitely scouting action. Yeah, I can't get close enough to it. Need to get a closer midway point we can withdraw to. This is actually fairly good. Other would be, I suppose, this, but as long as the mortars are there, I don't think that's a particularly great idea. I mean, if you land, I don't see a reason why the mortars couldn't destroy your helicopter. I'll stay behind this hill without landing. It will protect me from most enemies, no matter what they plan on doing. You. Right. This is probably our best spotting unit in this situation. A lot of Sagar teams, but that's is not going to be able to fire on anything useful. This is retreating, but we could take it out, I suppose. Never know if they're gonna get their shit back together, so better remove the threat entirely. Here we need to deal somehow with the crew. I want the anti-tank missile platform firing us. And do we have other targets here? I don't think there's anything particularly notable here, so we should be mostly safe. Right. I still don't have any idea what's here though. By the way, let's pull back a little bit. What can we do? Not all that much. That's not that important of a kill, but it might suppress them in a manner convenient for us. What I need to be is on behind this hill. Right. Perfect line of sight for a lot of important targets, probably here too. And I'm pretty sure this mission is coming to a close at turn 3. Might be worthwhile to move the UEs now. I mean, it's pretty clear that there is no real capability for them to attack our helicopters anymore, so why not? There could be some trouble here, I suppose, but maybe not. We don't really know I have to go and capture anything yet, so we'll leave the rest of the helicopters hovering behind this hill. We can also react or fight cover fire in case some kind of a infantry unit or two went unspotted here. Or if there's some kind of anti-air killboat unit still in the center of the city, it will probably want to be firing at these, even if it could. We'll pick a much closer target. And nothing happens. Routed, ready. Infantry stays raw strong. And we'll see if someone else can go and spot here a little bit. This guy's in a perfect firing position, so I don't want to move that. What can you see? Just fire at whatever you can. There's no point for these guys to really go to the hill anymore. Not sure I want to go all the way up here either, though. It's not an assault mission, so I'm not particularly worried about mines, but that's still where most of their defenses are, so probably not the smartest place to go to. This Apache would probably be able to do the necessary scouting. But I need to fly across here. More staggered. Shocking. Heavy weapons teams, so they have anti-tank weaponry basically. And that's it. Okay, it's I think they're in worse shape than I thought they were. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave here. Not gonna hide or anything. I can fire a little bit at faraway infantry. Not a good target to shoot at. So we're just gonna rush toward the flags. They still have anti-tank missile teams there though, so we have to be somewhat cautious in what exactly are we doing. Still, the helicopters shouldn't take long to handle things, especially now that the UAVs are getting into the fray. We're gonna go systematically and start destroying everything. No matter if it's a crew or some value target. They're all equally worthless to me. Thanks for the smoke cover, dude. Because firing it there was super useful. More or less interested in seeing where their HQ. It's usually the ones that are very near. But there's not much. Yeah, there it is. Not much rearer to go in this situation. Base maneuvers. I don't think I would again. Right, get closer, fire at everything you can. Survivors disperse, survivors disperse, survivors disperse. Probably the safest place to go next. There shouldn't be any heavy units there, and even the infantry has been sort of beaten back, so there should not be any threats. Right, a couple of infantry squads a little bit away there. We should be sending Apaches there to support them though. You never know what you're gonna end up facing. guess would be a BMP at worst. Ah, the Humvees. Ah, I forgot about these. Yep, the lead Apache can go and help these guys. I don't really see any kind of there's 2 damaging spots here, that's it. Not much of a mission this time. Again, time is the real enemy we're fighting against. If we would use land units only, it would basically take the 12 turns to reach all the flags. But with the helicopters, we could sort of get around that. If I see any major reaction. Right. Definitely gotta kill the HQ. That'll be the nail in their coffin. Right. This team wanted to volunteer. Guess we're gonna spam as much fire as we can with these targets. Although this target will be routed already, so they can't count on suppression. It's not even routed. This is too unreliable really at these distances. Better leave it to the helicopters. I suppose the downside is that the helicopters, the UEs specifically, are not part of the core army, so killing anything with them is sort of a waste, unless it's absolutely necessary to get a good victory. You. A lot of squads dead on this turn. Yeah, it seems like they're starting a army-wide rout at this point. The casualties are piling up too fast. They really have to use like to hold on to any kind of morale. I think we have like about 12, 13 helicopters. So we have 5 places we need to capture. So we're dumping troops to these 3 locations because they're more or less secured already. I mean, there might be enemies coming our way here and there, but I think for the most part they are secure. The next turn we'll move on to the remaining flags. There's 2 of them. There might be some resistance, but I'm sure with this amount of troops we can do it. Just need to get a little bit closer so we can better react to whatever happens. I don't think I want to bother to hunt these anymore. Like, there's point in bothering with anything. Right, they simply do not have anything that could take us on anymore. There's a fleeing unit here and there, that's about it. A little fire on me. Don't think it though. There we go. Seriously? This just isn't anything to it. Can't spot a goddamn thing. Can't fire nothing. Okay, there's a single surviving crew member of an BMP select. This is the last enemy we see. So I'm moving all the troops basically because you never know what's going to happen. So I have some kind of trouble they can throw my way as we have the troops to take care of it. I was spotting anything. So dump infantry, get back in the air, hope that we're not gonna encounter any horrible infantry concentrations anymore. There we go. Control all the flags. I would say it's highly probable there are a few squads still left there. But at the same, there's no way in hell they could do anything too constructive. Now, there's single flag we don't control, which means they are definitely going to attack us if they have the capability. And that's probably the extent of their attack. No? They have a surprising amount of infantry at the heights here for some reason. I don't get it because there's not really a situation where I could possibly need to go there. So yeah, it's nice that they have it, but probability of us actually stumbling upon them is pretty remote. And if they wait for this long to do something, they're totally worthless anyway. Okay, let's just use the units that can actually do something constructive here. Finish it. You literally could not do it. There's a single guy there hiding in it, not even once. Right, that's all there is to it. We control everything, we can't see any enemies and so forth and so forth, so we're only half done with the time limit. Helicopters for the win. 1008 versus 13. It's still an indication that we cannot. If we basically lose 2 tanks, there's no way I can dig myself out of that kind of a hole. So either these go very smoothly, or we're going to have to redo them. This is the Korea campaign all over again. Veterans. And do we have any damage? No. We upgrade the Super Dragons to Tal 2s. So we could immediately use them as a stationary anti-tank missile location that has 4 long-range missiles. I mean, it's not like we have a huge amount of other uses for the points. It's a much more stationary team though, much more expensive to lose too, but definitely longer range. And I don't really have a use for the dragon teams because we never have to do any kind of defensive or delaying action. So at least these have a chance that they might at some point be useful. Stinger team would have been the other option. Well, I already spent the points. Not sure what we should do. Should we do anything? I'm mainly thinking about the Apache situation. I mean, we have a okay amount, but a lot of our units we never really get to use to their full extent. Whatever. It's okay for now. The coalition has reached the outskirts of Kuwait City. While the bulk of the Iraqi army withdrew from the city, intel believes that an Iraqi mechanized division entrenched itself at the Kuwait International Airport. The orders are to secure the airport and clear out any Iraqi units. Try to keep your losses low, otherwise the back press will have a negative effect back home. So entrenched infantry, just dig them out at the airfield. And it is an assault mission, so they will have minefields and all that jazz. 350 points, can't buy gunships, so yeah. I'm thinking of maybe changing one of the Bradley platoons to Apaches or the self-propelled anti-tank missile vehicles. Self-propelled missile vehicles have been sort of redundant. I mean, we are using them still, but even if I change them to Bradleys or Apaches, they would still retain their missile capabilities to some extent. And it's clear that we're using the Apaches to do the bulk of the carrying on this of the entire army at this point. And maybe not buy that many infantry platoons this time. A single helicopter platoon might suffice. Spent the rest of the points on artillery. Ooh. $720. Couldn't even, yeah, we could barely afford a third of this. So we could afford 2 rocket launchers. Yeah, that's about it. 227mm rockets. There's like 12 shots. I mean, I'm sure they're effective, but 12 shots and it's like, what, 3 times at most? Then you're out of ammo. So, and that costs you a fortune. Just doesn't make any sense to me. We buy a battery, we might be able to get something affordable. We need something that's large enough of a caliber that it can destroy buildings, otherwise it won't be all that useful. The helicopters can spot targets perfectly, so that's not really much of a concern for me. Need more. I could buy a partial one like this. There's still a lot of artillery fire. All or half of a team like this. You could fire maybe 5 times. I'm not sure how many times we would even in theory have to fire though, but I'll take this. It's gonna be okay.